A lot has been achieved in our project, in our course project here. NGRX is controlling a huge portion of our application state already. Now, before we dive into the last module of this app, which is the recipes module, where we can also control state via NGRX, I want to share two other libraries or packages part of the NGRX ecosystem with you. And I want to highlight one important decision I made in this whole course. Let's start with that important decision. A lot of the things we handle in our application are now controlled via NGRX. A lot of the state of our application is controlled through it. But there also are portions of the state which are not controlled through NGRX. For example, in the auth section in the sign up component. If we have a look at the HTML file here, do you see something in the template where we actually also change something we could call state? Well, here for the button, when we disable it, when the form is not valid, the question whether the form is valid or not is also kind of our application state. It's part of our application state. It certainly is a different state in our application when the form is valid than when it is not. However, this is so-called local UI state. It's only relevant to this component's template. The question whether this form is valid or not is not important for our header or anything else in our application. Hence, we handle it in this UI, in this template, by directly binding a property to its state, to the validity of the form. In theory, we could set up a listener listening for value changes in our form, dispatch actions to NGRX, and change some valid property there from false and back, and then use that, which we select, to toggle this button. But there's just no need to do so. And that's the key takeaway I want to give you. If you only handle local UI state, if you have state which only affects the UI or the template of a component, you probably don't need to use NGRX. Use NGRX for any state which spans multiple components, which is important in your whole app, which is important in more than just one component. These are the places, these are the moments where using NGRX can really improve your app, because as you can already see, whilst it was a significant amount of work to get it started, now that everything is set up, selecting and dispatching actions is actually super simple and everything is managed for us. We don't need to subscribe to any event and make sure that we react to it. We can simply select slices of our state or dispatch actions, but only use NGRX if it makes sense. Now, what about the other two packages I was mentioning? Let's dive into these.